Johnny, I think doing cocaine would violate terms of service, don't you?
Pretty sure they wouldn't be okay with it.
I don't want to end up like Cumia and lose my YouTube.
Yeah, that would be
Did you see?
Yeah, I got the prep sheet, and so I went through a couple of them before I went to bed. Yeah.
Did you see what he did? And I guess Cumia was showing a bunch of guns on his stream.
Uh-oh.
Which already is a no-no for YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
He's going through, but then he's telling people how they work, and then he's telling people how to use them for defense, and I guess numero uno Josh Denny fan made it sound like he was basically saying without saying, if you will, and that his stream dropped out, and that was it. And that's rough because, in my opinion, Compound Censored needs that free outlet somewhere because you can't, like, doing it behind a paywall.
Pull in people behind a paywall.
Right, especially in 2024, it's impossible. And it's not like there's not a lot of mainstream places lining up to put Gavin and Anthony on anymore because Gavin's got that Proud Boys stink on him. Mm-hmm. And then Anthony's got his various controversies and the fact that his show's been gone for 10 years. Opie and Anthony ain't been on for 10 and a half years now. So, you need that free exposure, if you will, and all for guns. But now Anthony and Gino can do a Rumble show together.
Yep.
That's nice. Gino can get the Compound band back together. Anthony can actually, Anthony on Rumble might be for the best.
I really think that's probably the greatest home for him currently.
Right.
Unless they change their terms of service, he's probably going to be a lot happier there.
We can wave guns around. You can say all kinds of, like, all of the horrible words he wants to say. You can do that. It's actually a pretty sweet deal if you think about it. Let's continue on. Numero uno, Josh Denny fans thrown in about 5 One Pieces so far. He says, for Zumac's birthday, he did 3 podcasts and stayed home alone drinking the rest of the time. Thoughts? What did you do? I was surrounded by friends and loved ones, and I was going to say and SP, but that should be covered under, if I say that, then that's not covered under loved ones. And then I look like a bag of shit. No, I was surrounded by my children and my parents and SP and all kinds of other people. No, I did not do 3 streams on I streamed the day before my birthday, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend I didn't do a birthday stream. And I'm not going to pretend. This is what I don't like about the internet. Another thing I don't like about the internet. I don't like that people don't admit what they're doing. Like, there were people who were shitting on us, like, oh, just a money grab for his birthday. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. You mean the thing I called my birthday money grab? You mean my birthday grift show? Yes. But then they'll go on 3 times like that's not a money grab. Like that's not a grift.
We're just doing 3 shows since you guys are so supportive and awesome on my birthday.
Yeah. Admit you're a piece of shit. Like, don't act above it. You can do 3 birthday shows. I am not against that. If people want to bilk people on their birthday for as much money as possible, get in, get your chips. I'm okay with it. But don't act altruistic and holier than thou. Like, oh, I just found out today of all days that I just really like streaming a lot. So I'm going to do 3 streams. Hip, hip, hooray. And just, it also happens to be my birthday, guys. Wow, that's amazing. You're grifting. You're trying to make as much money as possible. And you should. Go for it. Go crazy. But don't sit there and go, I can't believe this person would grift for his birthday. If you can't grift for your birthday, when can you grift, Johnny?
I don't know. My birthday's my favorite grift.
I mean, you don't.
There's no work involved.
Bro, I'm going to try a Jimmy Carter's Dead grift. We're going to try a Vivek and Elon versus MAGA grift. We're going to try a Vikings grift. Tomorrow, I'm going to look like a asshole doing a New Year's grift. These last 2 weeks, last week and this week, is grift week, baby.
It's all about the grift.
Yeah, you got people. You got a lot of money out there. You got people who had maybe a Christmas budget and they came in under it. Try to steal those people's money. What are you doing? Try to take it all from them. In fact, any of you that underspent on Christmas this year or over-received, and you don't give us a tithing, you don't give us a cut, you don't let us wet our beak, how dare you? What a disgusting, selfish act during a holiday week. What a piece of shit you would be if you
How do you live with yourself?
You came in $200 under your Christmas spending and you didn't give Steel Toe 100. You are, wow, what a fucking pig. What an absolute selfish asshole you are. All right, let's go to Buffalo Jockey with $5. Says, smart of you not to work tomorrow night. Take the week off. You don't need the goal. It's all factored in. It's all baked into the pie, as they say. Don't you worry about it. Vacation days, my man. Vacation days. Numero Uno says, the goal is literally my favorite part of the show. Well, look, I would never begrudge anyone the way they enjoy Steel Toe, but you and I have different favorite parts of the show. Somebody was very excited to write me about how Melton was losing his mind over Chad and Steel Toe and like just having a really tough time. And I guess his buddy, the guy, oh God, I can't remember his name, but is the only person that talks to him. I guess they were both having a really hard time. And it was either Numero Uno or David was, and again, I imagine kicking their feet up in the air. Just, what's that noise they make? Yeah, just typing themselves stupid. Just going nuts with it. Josh Denny fan with $1 says, Zumock shit on everyone for grifting on their birthday, then said he's going to do it because that's what you're supposed to do. LOL, I hope he gets cirrhosis. Yeah, like, I get it. I understand it. There's something I appreciate about talking a whole bunch of shit and then doing the thing. I think that's really funny because it's a good way to show you don't give a what anybody thinks of you. So I kind of like that vibe. It's kind of interneting the internet. I like what Chad's doing there. Being like,
and hypocritical money spends just as well as
oh, God damn it. Yes. And sometimes people give you money just for being a hypocrite. It's great. But yeah, Chad will be like, grifting for your birthday is gay and Steel Toe's a piece of shit. And by the way, give him this. He and I have a lot of the same haters and A-logs and shit that go nuts over us, but he has never once reached out to team up. He has never talked about teaming up. He's still very clear. I hate Aaron for what he did to me years ago, and I will always hate that guy, and I think he sucks. I appreciate that more than he'll ever know. I respect that so much, and it makes me happy to hear him say, no, him too. I'm like, this is chaos. This is wonderful. This
don't
is
you go changing.
Yeah, don't. Chad, you ever change? You're a pussy. You understand me? You ever soften your stance on Steel Toe? You're the biggest who's ever lived. Keep it 100, as the kids in Rucker Park say. Numero Uno Josh Denny fan with $1 says the Melton thing was definitely not me. Have you seen the way he sips his drinks, though? I can't imagine he's a sipper. He's more of a guzzler, I would think.
There's a lot to put in that gullet. I don't imagine sipping gets much done.
And I don't think there's a lot of water either. He seems like a guy who needs calories in his beverage.
Ugh.
You know, if he's not putting calories in, how can you maintain that no-shouldered, hunched back,
enormous mass,
four-titted frame that he has?
He has a back shelf, and it weirds me out.
It is weird. Yeah, he could actually set his beverage on his back.
On his back.
Yeah, like a nice little back shelf. You know, you can keep Hummel figurines back there, all kinds of shit. How about the fact that Corey Adam called in multiple times during my birthday show?
That was pretty awesome.
That was really awesome.
I should do that more during the year.
Yeah, I was so happy to talk Vikings with Corey again. And, you know, I was talking to him, and I was like, I thought you were just dodging my calls and you hated me. He's like, no, I'm just lazy. I don't answer my phone. And I don't call people back. I'm like, oh. So instead of, like, actively disliking me or disapproving of what I've been up to, you just haven't given a fuck enough to talk to me.
Yep.
Cool.
Sounds very Corey.
Thanks, Cor. Appreciate it. Numero Uno says, we need Bert on the show, but it's almost a necessity to have Stein on with him to wrangle him. I would do that show with Alex. That would be fun.
That would be hilarious.
Buffalo Jockey with $2 says, name 3 interesting guests you have lined up for 2025. Provide teasers. Did I say I had them lined up? There's people I want. I'd love to have Bob Levy on again. I think Bob's a great guest. That's probably just a text message. I could have Bob on. Alex would be a fun one to have on. Bert would be a great one. And then some Vikings guests. I'd like some Vikings related people. And maybe do those like as a separate stream.
Purple FTW, maybe?
I'd love to have Purple FTW on. Judd Zolgad from Purple Daily. And 9,000 other people that I could think of. To maybe ex-Vikings.
Oh, how hopeful would you be to get actual Vikings on the show?
I'd get a third stringer, you know. I could get David don't challenge me. I could get David Quessenberry.
You know what you really need to do? You need to do a good Cousins interview after the Vikings win the Super Bowl. Be like, hey, how do you feel about trading teams?
Yeah, he's a backup. I could get him.
There you go.
He ain't doing anything.